In the bustling and unpredictable flow of the 2025/2026 Premier League season, the story of Manchester United's revival under the reign of Michael Carrick is gradually becoming an epic of perseverance and the definition of identity. After a long break of nearly a month, a consequence of the overlap between the international schedule and cup competitions, the Old Trafford club stands at a historic threshold, where positive signals regarding squad depth are becoming the most precious fuel for the tactical machine of the English strategist. The unusual silence since the dramatic 2-2 draw with Bournemouth on March 20th has not blunted the will of the Red Devils. On the contrary, this strategic lull has inadvertently become a giant energy charging station, helping Carrick rebuild physical foundations and stabilise a squad that had suffered too many wounds from the injury storm that swept through a harsh winter. As the most attractive league on the planet prepares to enter the fierce final sprint, where every slip-up costs an entire season, Manchester United has announced a 25-man squad heading to Dublin, Ireland for a special training camp. This is not merely a trip to maintain ball feel, but a large-scale personnel review before entering the final 7 life or death rounds. The brightest spotlight in this list, bringing boundless hope to fans, is the simultaneous return of Lisandro Martinez and Patrick Dorgu. For a defensive system that has had to endure a patchwork existence for the past 5 matches, the return of the Butcher, Lisandro Martinez, carries profound spiritual and professional significance. The Argentine centre-back is not only a steel stopper with a fierce physical style of play, but he is also the primary architect in launching attacks from the back, a specialty in Michael Carrick's footballing philosophy. When Martinez is on the pitch, the ability to transition the ball from the defence to the midfield becomes significantly more fluid and direct, helping to relieve pressure on surrounding satellites like Kobbie Mainoo or Bruno Fernandes. His previous absence due to a calf injury left a vast void in terms of leadership, and now, as he has fully recovered to feature in Dublin, the United defence seems to have been injected with a powerful tonic. Alongside the stability of Martinez, Manchester United's left corridor also welcomes a new breath of life named Patrick Dorgu. The young Danish international, one of the most interesting and successful discoveries under Carrick's moulding, has moved very close to his return date after a cruel hamstring injury in January. Before having to sit out and miss 8 important matches, Dorgu was the boogeyman for the big clubs, repeatedly finding the net against Manchester City and Arsenal, affirming the qualities of a big player in marquee matchups. Dorgu's speed, penetrative ability, and intelligent positioning provide Carrick with a mercurial wide attacking option, helping the Red Devils no longer depend too heavily on central attacking situations. Dorgu's return to normal training on the Irish grass is a testament to the excellent efforts of the medical team and serves as a stark warning to direct competitors in the race for the top 3. However, Carrick's joy does not stop at the 2 aforementioned names. Manchester United's forces are further strengthened by the return of Bryan Mbeumo and Benjamin Sesko following the international break. The presence of this duo in the attack helps United regain the balance between physical power and skillful finishing. Mbeumo, with his versatility and endurance, alongside Sesko with his predatory instincts in the box, will be extremely lethal drills to break down the deep-seated defences that United frequently encounters. Although there are still some low notes such as Diogo Dalot and Tom Heaton having to stay behind due to health issues, or Matthias de Ligt's persistent back injury showing no signs of abating, overall, this is the strongest and deepest squad Carrick has possessed since the beginning of 2026. The recent long break has given him time to scrutinise every position, instilling a philosophy of proactive possession and high-line pressing into his players, turning chalkboard exercises into true combat instincts. Under the calm and intellectual leadership of Michael Carrick, Manchester United has made rapid strides. From a precarious position early in the season, they have risen strongly to occupy 3rd place on the table, holding the power of self-determination for a prestigious Champions League ticket. The way Carrick has optimised Bruno Fernandes' role and sparked the innate potential of Kobbie Mainoo has received endless praise from experts. He has not only built a winning team, but has also forged a collective with a steadfast winning mentality. The match against Leeds United on April 13th will be the most practical test, a milestone marking the return of an awakening empire. With the timely return of key pillars, stability in play, and psychological momentum soaring like a kite in the wind, Manchester United has every reason to be confident entering the most pivotal phase. In a race where the boundary between glory and failure is as thin as a thread, thorough preparation in terms of personnel and tactics is the key for the Red Devils to realise the dream of bringing the light of glory back to the theatre of dreams, affirming the status of a giant ready to conquer every peak in the new era. This rise also carries a deeper strategic meaning as it resonates with the transfer pieces that the Ineos Group has prepared in advance. If Carrick succeeds in bringing Man United back to the Champions League arena, it will act as a giant magnet attracting top targets like Elliot Anderson or Adam Wharton, while creating conditions to activate shrewd buyback clauses for former players like Hannibal Mejbri or Mason Greenwood. The summer of 2026 promises to be a historic overhaul to turn Man United into an unstoppable force. But first, everything depends on the 7 cup finals ahead. The return of Martinez, Dorgu, Sesko and Mbeumo are the final pieces completing the winning picture that Carrick is painting, setting the stage for the most brilliant new chapter for the red half of Manchester in a decade. It cannot be denied that, under Carrick's craftsmanship, Manchester United has escaped the shadow of a team playing based on individual inspiration to become a unified block where discipline and tactical calculation are paramount. The current players do not just play with their feet, but also with a cool head and a warm heart, reflecting the very image of their teacher on the dugout. This training camp in Dublin is the final stepping stone, where the bond between veterans and young talents is pushed to its highest level. The return of Lisandro Martinez not only brings steel to the defense, but also brings a true leader to the pitch. Someone capable of adjusting the tempo and urging teammate spirit during the most difficult moments. Meanwhile, the youth and hunger of Dorgu or Sesko provide the spearhead to pierce any solid defense. The eyes of Red Devils fans across the world are now fixed on April 13th. This is not just a regular football match, but an affirmation of the power of preparation and faith. With a highly strategic Michael Carrick on the bench and a squad of stalwarts ready to deploy after a precious break, Manchester United holds its own destiny. They are no longer afraid of pressure or strong opponents because they know they have enough cards to deal with any scenario. This final sprint will be the place where the Red Devils medal is forged through red fire. And with positive news regarding personnel spreading from Dublin back to Old Trafford, there is a belief that a spectacularly successful season with a Champions League ticket and a firm position in the Premier League top 3 is well within the reach of Michael Carrick and his pupils. This is the beginning of a new era, where Manchester United does not just return, but they return to dominate.